UFC 122, Marquardt versus Okami, Saturday, November 13th. Check your local listings.
UFC 122 is returning to Germany with a headliner fight featuring two of the very best middleweight contenders in the world. Nate the Great Marquardt will take on perennial contender Yushin Okami. Yushin Okami has reevaluated his training and decided that he was not training with guys that were strong enough or high-level enough wrestlers or strikers in Japan, and decided to relocate his training to America. And you saw the improvement in the Linares fight. I mean, his hands were outstanding. Really worked very, very hard on his boxing in that fight. Then, in his subsequent performance against Mark Munoz, we saw even more improvement. Mark Munoz, the all-American wrestler, one of the top wrestlers in the middleweight division, literally could do nothing with Yushin Okami. That was really spectacular and really spoke to the kind of improvement that Okami is doing in his overall game. If you know anything about Nate Marquardt, you know that Marquardt has big power, knockout, one-punch power in both his punches and his kicks. We saw that when he crushed Martin Kampmann. Martin Kampmann has a tremendous chin, and Nate Marquardt blasted him. We saw that when he knocked out Damian Maia with one punch, something Anderson Silva was unable to do. So Nate has that kind of power. I think the key for this fight for Nate would be to use his superior power to keep the fight standing and to try to take Yushin Okami out with strikes. For Yushin is excellent at forcing a fighter to fight his fight, stuffing takedowns, staying on top, ground and pounding, and utilizing very strong defensive grappling and very strong positioning. And then, as we saw in the Linares fight, he's really improved his striking. His jab was tremendous in that fight. His boxing has really come a long way, and he has a really good height and reach advantage that he will enjoy over Marquardt in that fight too. What Yushin is probably going to do is try to utilize his reach, utilize his long jab, and try to keep his fight on the outside.
UFC 122, Marquardt versus Okami, Saturday, November 13th. Check your local listings.